Hello, Sarah Sabin, Executive Leadership and Intuition Coach here. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the power of compounding. So you might be watching this and say, Sarah, I completely understand what compounding is, in which case I'm going to keep this brief. But essentially, the power of compounding, one way I'm going to express it to talk about the power of it is if I gave you 1 cent today and told you it was going to double every day for the next 30 days versus me giving you $1 million, what would you pick? Now, if you were to pick $1 million, I wouldn't be surprised, but 1 cent that doubles every day for the next 30 days ends up being $5.6 million. So you might say to me, well, Sarah, this isn't a finance lesson. Like, why are you telling me this? Because the same thing is true with the power of positive habits, which is why I frequently say if you can devote 10 to 15 minutes a day on something that develops you, expands your comfort zone, expands you in all areas of life, the compound effect of this over time will be huge. Far more so than if you were to intensively sit down for, let's say, a day or a week or even a month, and you did something intensively, but then the rest of the time goes out the window. It's far better to do small things consistently than to do big things sporadically. I cannot under, sorry, overestimate rather. I cannot overestimate the power of simple consistency. And I know there are a lot of reasons why people don't even start because they think something is going to be hours and hours of time and they're kind of saying they don't have time for it right from the beginning. But we all have time if we are connected to what is the compound effect of this after 3 months, after 6 months, after 9 months, after a year. And so it starts to be exponential because every time or every day that you reapproach it, you're building upon the last time. So you're building on and compounding what you've already done. So this can work for the negative as well. You can have compound regret because the more you sit and wait on something, the more the regret compounds over time. When 20 years later, you were like, why didn't I just start 20 years ago? Common scenario is obviously people saying, oh, well, I'm going to wait till I earn X amount of money to invest. And they've lost the power of compounding smaller amounts over those 20 years when they were waiting to invest. That's an example of it. Compound regret can also look like, oh, I'm going to take a holiday when I retire at the age of 60. Boom, their health goes by the time they're 60 and they never get to enjoy that life because they have put it off for so long. So, what am I trying to say to you? If there is something that you really, really want to do, and you keep saying to yourself, I'm going to do this when? Just stop and say, how can I start to integrate this into my life today? Because it's the integration that is absolutely key here, right? There's no point in doing something once, but when you consistently compound and do something, it starts to integrate into the way you think, the way you behave all of the time.